Howdy, howdy, howdy. Here we are another Thursday night. We've got a little change for next week in the schedule of shows, so want to let you guys know about that. Next week, June the 12th, is supposed to be the fine scale bill, but the guest that's going to be on the show couldn't make it on the 12th. So we flip-flopped the show with my show on Thursday. So the fine scale bill will be on June the 14th on a Thursday night, so the guests can be there. And I will do my show on Tuesday night. So that'll be a little switch up. Yeah, see, we got a few people popping in chat here. Let me get back over here to see if the panel's going to change out. Yeah, there we go. It'd help if I turn the camera on. There I is. Yeah, well, anyway. Well, let's see, we got Brian, Robert, Jerry, Jamestown, and we got C&L Lines. Curtis, how you doing? Got Mr. Pat. Yeah, you like that, Robert, huh? Okay. Hey, Marty. Good day to you down there in Australia. I imagine it's starting to get pretty warm down there now. Hey, Dwight, how you doing? Bill? Yeah. You're going to have to pay me to turn that camera off. How about it, Hillbilly? Haven't seen you around in a while. You have to come in nightly chat. Let us know you're still alive and kicking. Yeah. I think they want to see if I really know how to table dance or not. Which, no, I don't. It's summertime. Yeah, I know you guys are starting into your winter season down there in Australia. Marty says it's getting a little cool down there. He's down to 64 degrees Fahrenheit. That's cool for them. Yeah, I think we got up to 88 degrees. Yeah. No, we kind of need Andy, so I ain't firing him. Yeah, it is, Jerry. This table dance is very scary. Especially when I don't have a table to dance, so. Yeah, Mr. Bill here said, see his Facebook post about the locos I posted. What do these locos in Congress have in common? Hey, Dave, how you doing? Robert, yeah, if we fire him and then rehire him, he'll probably want more money, so we'll just keep him on at present day salary. Yeah, James, to answer Bill's question, they're both a loco. John. And Bill said pictures of dummies. Okay. How you doing, Bill? Rogers. So, who's got anything going on? If you got something you want to show off, hit the panel link in the post. Come on in. Oh, we're not going to get into that, Jerry. I was naval there. Roland, no, the EMAG is not being published anymore. He's gone out and started a new magazine, his own magazine. He wanted to go his own route. Yeah, Robert, why don't you show him how it's done? Ron Strange the thing said, hey y'all, just got back. Okay. Well, it depends on what I'm going to join up there, Bill. If I'm using styrene, I usually use a plastic solvent. One of the, oh, what is it? Yeah, one of the liquid plastic solvents. I can't think of the name of it right now. If I'm doing a wood kit, I use the Gorilla Glue, wood glue, the white one, not the yellow or the brown. Railroad Video, how you doing? And Jerry's asking me, what is my latest projects? Just make it through to the next day. I get busy trying to work on this stuff for you guys. Get shows coming out for you. So I have been thinking about yeah, that one kit that Andy did at the beginning of his show was a C&O sectional house. I just got me a new video camera, so be a good way of trying it out, see how it works. Here we go. I think YouTube wants to mess with us a little bit. Alright, if you get to spin in a circle, just refresh. Hopefully it'll help out. Huh. Howie said, talked to my hobby shop today. I said I use Plastruct welding. We couldn't find it on the Plastruct website. Huh. Interesting.
There you go, Johnny. I think I bailed you out now. Now you're not by yourself.
What'd you say, Robert?
So there you go. I bailed you out. You're not by yourself anymore.
You got no audio.
Oh, let me see.
We have a visual.
Do you speak the sign language?
Yeah. Jamestown's asking, does anyone know if the wind turbines you get from Woodland Scenics are powered? I'm not really sure myself, but being, yeah, it could be. You could do it, you just have to do it on your own. And here's Ron's Trains and Things.
How's that? Better?
How you, Johnny?
And Ron has no audio. Okay. Is this me then?
Hello, hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear Ron. Ron, can you hear me?
Yeah, Ron can hear you. Now I can hear all y'all because I just turned my speakers on.
Oh, good.
I didn't see they were off, so my bad. But at least I had you check your settings, so you know everything's right. Yeah. No, in that case there, Brian, crap, Johnny went deaf. No, I just had to turn the switch on.
That was years ago.
It's a technical.
Uh-oh. Marty's eating hot dogs for lunch today. Yeah, they're having fun since I forgot to turn my speakers on. Well, we know that Robert is moving, so he's going to have to pack up. Hey, there's Pat. You hear us, Pat? We have no audio with you. And this time I know it's not me. Nope, not yet.
Marty, stop stirring the pot.
She's stirring the pot.
Oh, he's stirring the pot bad.
Yeah, you're going to have to pick a different topic. We've already shot that one up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you making progress on packing up, Robert?
Yeah, I got the peninsula ripped apart now, so I just got to finish doing getting the legs taken out. Having a hard time taking it down, I'm not even going to lie.
Yeah. Yeah, but when opportunities come along in life to make things better, you got to take those.
That's it.
Are you going to be able to salvage it?
No, I'm pretty much going to scrap all of it and then wait till we finally get out to Phoenix, which should be about 1.5 years or so. Then we'll buy a house and I'll put in a permanent layout.
Well, I mean, you're saving all the track work and everything, right?
Yeah, I'm saving all the track and all that stuff, but yeah, all the woodwork's going away.
Yeah, I've been there. It's bittersweet, I know. I mean, it's always been new, but you hate to put all that work into something and have to tear it apart, too.
Yeah, but I'm just kind of glad I didn't get any farther than I did. Because if I had to tear it out any farther than I've already done, oh, man.
Yeah, I hear you. My previous layout, before we moved here, I had actually built as a sectional with the idea, but it wasn't built such that it could be reconfigured and, really in duration. And to make a long story short, I moved the whole thing here in sections and then ended up tearing it apart when I got here. I didn't salvage any components, but I did salvage a single module out of it.
Yeah, Dustin's in-scale railroad, he said, I feel your pain. I just tore up my old layout and now rebuilding a movable one in my new rental house.
I think if when we move, I think what I'll do is I'll buy a sheet of plywood or a couple of project panels and just do some Fremo modules out of that. something I can put up on a table and work off of that.
Yeah, I took John's and built it. I mean, it's mounted to the walls. It's got a peninsula. In fact, his is the same layout as what Big Bill's got, except he goes in and out on the other end of it. But I built it basically in sections so that it could be taken apart. Wouldn't be that easy, but you know, it could be done.
Yeah.
Brian says he's tearing up his soon, but it's building a switching module first so he can still run trains. So what you might do when you get up there to Washington is maybe just see about building a small switching type module just for while you're there. Be easy to move.
That's what I was thinking about too. Yeah, little switching puzzle.
IMRRO.com said box frame construction on twin slot shelves.
I did straight plywood onto my twin slot shelves. I didn't put any frame in it whatsoever. I wanted to go as light as I could, but I wasn't quite brave enough to go Andy kind of, you know, light.
Yeah. Well, he's always been a little light-headed anyway, so.
Yeah, you got that right.
Hey, Andy. Hey, you know. You want to come in 18 minutes later, you know, you'll have to catch up on your own.
Just so you're aware, you've been fired and rehired.
Okay. Hey, I know how that works. That's what I tell the guys who work for me. If you fall, you know, I'm going to fire you as soon as I find out about, you know, as soon as you fall, I'm going to fire you. Now, if you hit the ground and it don't hurt you too bad, you're eligible for rehire immediately.
You fire them on the way to the ground?
Yeah.
How that works?
Yeah. It's the idea.
Now, Hillbilly Railroad says, can I run a 5 amp to the frogs till I get the switch machine?
You can. There's no, it's a lot of power. I would put a circuit breaker on that anyway. So if you had a dead short, it wouldn't weld parts together. Especially at 5 amps. You don't need very much power for frogs generally, but if you've got 5 amps, just put a circuit breaker on it. Set it down to an amp or something.
Hey, Andy.
Sir.
Marty wants to know what your opinion on backdrops is.
About everybody.
Yeah. Hey, he's eating lunch and wanted some entertainment.
Yeah.
Well, looks like Pat's going to do some weathering on a caboose.
Yeah, it's my first time.
Yeah, we barely can hear you there, Pat. If you can turn the volume up, it'd be great.
There's that better, guys?
No, that's...
There, how's that?
It's not about the same still.
Oh.
There, how's that? Better?
No, it's still the same.
You must have the wrong microphone selected.
Yeah.
Even if you turn the gate up on one of the mics, if it happens to be the wrong one, it appear up in the top center there's a cam mic. Just make sure you have the correct one selected. It's not choosing the built into the laptop microphone or whatever arrangement you need to be using.
There, how's that? A little bit better?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it's getting better.
Keep putting quarters in the slot.
That's awesome. Jerry Pat's asked you, what does 005 on that car mean?
It's the technology there.
Yeah, that's good though.
That's like getting your wife to change the 7 car.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. I wouldn't see it that way. So.
Actually, this is my first attempt at weathering. I've got what I'm going off of up on the other screen.
Yeah, that's the key. If you work off a photo, you'll figure it out. If you don't work off photos, you're dead. I haven't seen anybody that's any good at it at all that's not just an absolute stickler for not touching it without a photo right there in front of them. They won't do anything. But all the guys I know that do it worth mentioning. Guys like Ralph and Gary Christensen. Man, that's spectacular stuff.
Alright, yeah. Eric's kind of confusing me here for a second, which really doesn't take much to do. He was saying, so what are your plans on Wednesday the 15th? Now, I'm looking at my calendar, and that's the 15th is Friday, and then Eric was saying on Pat's calendar, if you look, he's got the so sitting on the 15th.
Oh. All right.
We're not smart enough for that kind of humor, Eric. You got to think too hard about that.
Marty says that Pat needs the tones of the Voculator 3000 microphone. It's only $32 on AliExpress.
I don't want to go there with what I got tied up in this right now. I've got yeah, no, I jumped in way too deep, way too quick.
Yeah. You're not the only one.
Yeah, but Johnny, at least with your investments, we can blame Andy for that.
No,
Johnny's the one always talking it in. I spent more time trying to talk him out of stuff, or talk him down on stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm about to give up on a couple of more items after spending 15 minutes on the phone listening to some very terrible music. And still did not get to talk to tech support. Howie, did most plate girder bridges have track laid on timbers on top of the steel diagonal beams, or was a floor laid on top of those diagonal beams? I'm Molly, New York Central Railroad.
It's pretty easy to see from prototype photos of the era, and it changed among years, especially as railroads bought other railroads. The Norfolk Western, as I'm modeling it, 50, they're see-through decks or open decks, so the girders are just bolted to an outside perimeter rail, the wood to steel. On the Klitschfield, they ballasted the decks, so they built the floor. Basically, and ballasted across, built a floor, poured concrete in it, and ballasted across the top of it. If you're doing something freelance, ballasted decks are spectacularly easy to do, and through decks are a little tedious, which I'm building that one from parts. There's I don't know, 600 pieces or something to go on that, little pieces. So see-through is a lot harder.
I don't know. I find it pretty easy when you use microengineering.
Oh yeah, no doubt. If you use bridge flex track and just bend it across or something, that's probably pretty true. Which I'm building off of prototype photos. I don't have exact prototype photos of this bridge, but I have some photos of this bridge and a whole lot of photos of bridges just like it. So, and they all look pretty much the same. They were pretty standard. So.
That's what I'm trying to go after. That's going to be minus the graffiti, because I don't do graffiti.
Yes, man. Absolutely.
I mean, and the plating on the windows, that's a little bit beyond my skill set at this point, but
it's actually easy to do. You take some the real thin plexiglass, or not plexiglass, the styrene, and cut it the size of the window and just place it on, because basically that's all it is.
And that'll give it the same illusion that it's riveted on top of as like a patch over versus.
Well, they would have welded it on instead of riveted on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Eric said do not stand up, Andy.
Oh, I see that. I'm pretty short. I could get away with, and it's not much above my standing height. I wouldn't hit my hard to it. Oh, you can't hurt yourself with none of this.
Sure may make a lot of things come crashing down, though.
Yeah, it wouldn't take to a significant hit.
If
I bumped my head.
you're gonna do camera, because I think that'd make a good video.
I agree with you there.
Andy bumping his head, or Andy crying over everything falling off on the floor, or both.
No, I was thinking about the layout coming crashing down.
That's what I said. Him bumping his head, or him making everything come crashing down.
There was a time earlier in my process where you really could have took a lot of layout down, with one tripod hit, but it's pretty solid now.
Any of y'all been watching where Buddha Punk Pete has been 3D printing a locomotive?
Who printed locomotive?
Buddha Pete Punk.
Oh no, I didn't see it.
Yeah, he's been posting on YouTube or G+. 3D printing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, a little while back he did a lot of posting. He was gone for a little bit. I think he moved, I'm not sure. But he's back now. Now he's doing 3D printing. Yeah, Jerry Ashley, Ron, I'm finding it hard to find original CB&O cabooses Any suggestions?
No. I don't have a clue. That's outside of my realm of experience and searching. Wish I could help you.
Jeez. Marty's really wanting to start a war tonight. We'll wait and do that in August when he's here.
Yeah.
Hey, Pat.
Yeah.
Can I ask you what method you're using?
Basically what I did is I put on the acrylic wash for the dark. I don't know if that's legible. To bring out all like the seams, because it's only a blue box. There's actually not a lot of detail to it at all. So what I did is I painted on the orange just to kind of like get it on there, but I'm not liking it, so I'll probably use one of my other ones. And keep in mind, this is the first attempt at weathering.
You've got the perfect product sitting right there with a price on the top of the cap, right by Monday, between Sunday, Monday.
The regular, this one here?
Oh, I thought that was the one from Ammo or AK Mineral Spirits, the white spirit wash.
No, I do not have that. What I'm working with is going to be
acrylics.
Yes, exactly. I've got light rust, and I have a soldier missing. Dark rust, all Vallejo products.
Problem you're going to have with those is the working time is very short.
Gotcha. Should I add anything to them to extend it, or is
you can try some product they call extender. Vallejo makes an extender.
Okay.
I don't have any here. Yeah, but they do make an extender. Like I prefer to use the solvent-based stuff, like mineral spirits.
Okay. Can I ask what the pros are to the solvent-based one versus the acrylic? Is it more personal preference, or is it?
It's a longer working time.
Mm-hmm.
You can take off as little or as much as you want just with a brush stroke. And you're working with a wet brush of mineral spirits.
Gotcha.
So 20 minutes later, you can come back at it and reactivate it. With the acrylics, you can't do that.
Yeah, with the acrylics, it ends up being rubbing alcohol, and because I've made an oops on a couple test ones, and bottle of rubbing alcohol brought it back to life.
I was afraid of the oil for a long time, but the best work I was seeing amongst everybody, Ralph, as much as anybody, using the oils, the results they were getting were spectacular. And I find that I was worried about it for a long time, but I find it tremendously easier to work with, and it's really, really vivid. I'm not good at it. I just started messing with just last year started messing with the oils, but I much, much, much prefer it. I'm really happy Ralph talked me over the ledge and started playing with them. So,
trying to find the caboose I did for
well, while you're doing that, the white Got here, Mudfather isn't glycerin an extender? Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
I don't think so either. I can't say yes or no to that one. I don't know.
Kathy Millett used something on her channel a year or some number of months ago. A natural material like I would think of as a glycerin, but it wasn't, as a flow control aid, and it supposedly extended the time a bit. It's not a big measure of time, because once oxygen gets to acrylic, it's going to set. It's going to go off in some reasonable range of time. I see people get great results with acrylics. You know, Gino does that stuff with acrylics. It's good. I mean, I'm just not that artistic, so I need a lot longer time. I need to be able to move a streak of rust around, 6 or 8 times before I get it right. So
that's not artistic.
No, that's just having to do it until you luck up and it lands correctly. Like get it straight.
That's nitpicking. That's nitpicking.
Oh, maybe.
We know how you are and how you want everything just the right place.
Well, if I want to do it, I want to do it pretty decent. I don't have to be top of my class, but I want to be.
And you'll notice it's not me picking on you this time.
No, I call that anal retentive.
What I just put it back, I am not. I am persnickety. If it's worth caring about, I care about it immensely, to every particular detail in life, in business, etc. If it's not worth caring about, I put it out of my mind. I have no concern or no thought about it. But if I've started, like modeling or something, it's detail oriented, so I need to look at a lot of the details.
All right, Dave Piper said he just uploaded his first video. Caught the UP 1943 and the NKP meet earlier this week.
The nickel plate railroad.
Yeah. I almost said KRPP.
In Cincinnati.
Finger looking good, huh, Jason?
There's one that's done with the mineral spirits.
And the blisters, the rust blisters are just what wins it over for me. You just can't get enough intensity. I can't. Out of powders, and I sure don't know how to get it out of acrylics, but out of powders you can't get that intensity to get that spot. You can get the streak, close, but nothing like you can with the oils. They're just so vivid.
And the spots and streaks are, with oils are so much easier and so much better than they are with acrylics.
Yep.
You can do the streaks with the acrylics, but making rust streaks, it's just, I've never seen it done in acrylics as well as as good as it looks with oils.
Nowhere close. The vivid color, I think people underestimate that. It's easier to work with. You can get the streaky motion easier, but the color, it's just got a different tone to it. I want to try those the watercolors that Ralph also turned us on to. Those are spectacular. Gouache. Sorry, I keep calling them watercolors.
The gouache.
The gouache.
They are watercolors. They are watercolors in a paste form.
Right. Yeah, they are. They're technically, they say watercolor on it, but the gouache, that stuff is just stellar to work with. Just absolutely stellar. I want to try getting the streak effect like Ralph is using the microscope.
Jason's got a car there he's trying to show y'all. You want to hold it up again, Jason? Or can you hear me, Jason?
Sure.
Oh.
It just had a mouthful.
Come in. And then bleach out the color, bleaches out of them. You see a lot of people do that. They want to make everything dirty too, but there's a lot of bleaching the colors and changing the colors. That's about as more influential than rust.
That's all acrylics.
Acrylics, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I did that all acrylic wise.
Yeah, Eric's asking, Now, what is that yellow caboose road?
Split Rock Mining. It's a friend of mine. That's his model railroad.
Split Rock, I forget what his name is.
Tom Gazer.
Yeah. Okay.
Or pardon me, Thomas.
He's smart. He's a smart fellow. He's operating arrangement, tabs and stuff.
He's an engineer. He's a locomotive engineer.
Well, that makes a lot of sense because his videos on operation are just. That's
Hey,
his
Ralph.
best stuff. I really like his railroad.
Ralph,
Yep.
you got to change your address.
I have to change my address.
Yeah, your home address. Dwight says he's going to build a wash rack for you. Clean your cars up.
Yeah, right. Is that going to be a scale wash rack, Dwight?
See, that's what a person should model if they don't want to weather their cars. They should weather the railroad's paint shop industry and all the switching and moving cars in and out of paint booths and in and out of fabrication shops to patch them up. And you can have a bunch of freshly painted cars just pulled out of the paint shop that you're switching around. Otherwise, they should be dirty.
Yeah, Jerry, Jason cannot share his dessert. Yeah. Rules of the show. Can't eat on camera. If he's not going to share it, he can't show it.
That's right. We follow kindergarten rules. If you didn't bring enough for everybody.
Yeah. No, I spent way too much time today on the phone trying to get a hold of Black Magic support.
Trying to get a hold?
Yeah, listening to some very bad music with a very bad playback.
Oh, elevator music.
I wouldn't. No, I've heard elevator music better than this stuff that they were playing. I just hung up on them. But I'm going to call the sales office tomorrow and talk to them about a couple of other products that they've got.
They've got spectacular stuff.
Yeah, well, it doesn't do any good if you can't get it to work.
Oh, no question. No doubt about it.
Now, Jason didn't go away mad, Jerry. He'll be back. I did take that Canon G21 and plug it directly into one of my monitors, HDMI. Feeds good.
And no on-screen display.
Yep. Well, I went through there last night and where it said overlays, I turned that off. MR72, I found that setting too, so I turned it off in that too. I just hadn't plugged it into the monitor yet to see if it really did get rid of it. So I'm just going to spend the time, build a few racks over and around the workbench so I can hang cameras and try and do a few more videos again on stuff on the workbench.
It's only part of my new workshop arrangement I have not worked out yet. It's video, so I can take you guys there. I'm going to. It's an important part of having the workshop to have a good video space because as the railroad builds out, especially as the building peninsula, the aisles are 2 foot wide. So
yeah.
So there's not a lot of hangout room.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it set up so I'll have a left and right side cameras and then use that G21 over the shoulder type setup, like Miles was talking about, the way he does his.
Yeah, works good for him, real well.
Yeah. It just, I'll have to record from all 3 cameras and bring them back into Pinnacle as multi-cameras and blend them together for a video.
Yeah, that's the part I don't love.
I can just see you walking around now, Johnny, with one of those levelers, so that there's no jumping. Well, I forget what they call
gimbal.
it. Yeah.
Gimbal.
Yeah.
Sitting on your shoulder and.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
You're not gonna do the roving reporter, eh?
Well, I'll do that, but it's not going to be anything like that for a very long time. That's the reason why I buy the cameras that have the intelligent stabilization. Guy's shaking enough already.
I'd love to have a good gimbal, but man, $700 or $800 price tag is painful.
Yeah.
For about all of those, DJI just recently, now they had a big one that was quite a few $1,000s, but they just recently come out with what, it's not a monopole design, but it's not a hanger either. So it's a lot more billable, withable, or whatever. You know, it's a DSLR with a gimbal, with stabilization camera and everything from DJI, the drone company. It's a really nice one for a few $100. It's not.
It's still.
You know, it's not $100.
It's still
$700.
It's 700.
Yeah.
7 is what it lists for.
But it's
I'm trying to think the name of it.
Great one, but it's cinematic quality. The specifications
Casey Neistat just did a review on that thing, and somebody else did too. I saw 2 of them the same. It's really, I mean, it's top notch, but it's still $700. You can get one for like $300.
Yeah.
But I'm of the one you can get for $300.
You gotta need to do a lot of motion shot that you have a hard time setting up for. Because if you've got time to set up, like shooting layouts and stuff, you can just shoot it a few times till you get a good shot. You don't have. I mean, it's easy. I mean, for most of us, iPhone makes a telephone, a smartphone makes a spectacular camera, but it's got some serious weaknesses inside model railroad space. DSLR, you can get around them, but it takes some work.
Yeah,
DSLR's standard, but we're not moving around that much when we're shooting our layouts. It's mostly stable.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not the model railroading thing that I want it for. But
not too old. It says you're too. IMR says you're too old for Casey. I watch Casey every day. He drops a video. His stuff. If you care about video production, he is as original as any Hollywood director, in my opinion, in his creation stuff. And Peter McKinnon did a video on it too. And if you care about doing video work or even photography work, or good Instagram, Peter McKinnon does how-tos that are just spectacular. These guys are getting rich off YouTube, but what they're producing is.
I happen to know for a fact you're older than I am, so not by much. But
as of yesterday, or was it the day before? Pardon me.
I can't remember that long ago now. You gotta play it to its strengths.
Yeah, I don't know what Jerry's up to here, but he said as long as Johnny has cameras on both the left and the right. It'll probably be like one of those robot movies where the robot comes in from space, put one camera up here on my shoulder where it kind of flips out like a well, they're ray guns, you know, so come down over my shoulder.
Well, I've seen the guys at tech conferences. I went to a Black Hat conference. I went to the DEF CON in Vegas a few years ago, but the one up in Louisville, it's one of the 3rd or 4th biggest hacker conventions. But guys walking around doing video streaming like what we do, the kind of video stuff Rod does a lot of that. And they're walking around with backpacks full of gear with cameras mounted on them. They look like a one-man band walking around in New Orleans. It's the closest thing. It's so kind of retarded looking, but yeah, you can strap yourself up that way. That's about what it'd take to record an NMRA show. That's why cameras don't do those, or any of those big shows like Amherst. Man, you couldn't stream for 3 days and make that and do that show any justice and size.
Yeah, every time you turn around, there's something else to look at.
Yeah, I don't know where the echo came from for you, Dwight, but we're not getting one up here on the panel or anything. So it must have been somewhere in your internet or whatever coming down.
Must be that room he's in.
No, it's hard to get an echo in a padded room.
I thought he was in the washroom.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's one thing when they were looking for a house, his wife specified she had to have a room that wasn't all that big that she could pad and keep him in. Yeah, Jerry said, good one, Johnny. Yeah, I'll get one out occasionally.
Lately, it's been more than occasionally.
Yeah. Yeah. Erica, I guess, just got in trouble. He said Lisa just came in here and asked why I'm looking at a bunch of guys doing nothing. Wants me to come watch TV with her.
Bye, Eric.
Yeah.
Nothing is in the eye of the beholder, but
Yeah. Yeah, we do need to get something going on the show here. Somebody building or doing something. We'll get Pat to turn his camera back on, let Ralph give him some more pointers. Get him up to speed. So we get to Sue off the 15th.
It's obviously a special day.
Nah, it's just that desk pad he had to.
It's an old calendar that he doesn't want to throw out.
Yeah.
Might as well use it, get use out of it a second time.
All right, Eric, have a good night. He said he thinks he's going to go watch Arrow. That isn't that John Travolta movie, is it?
that's Broken Arrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Arrow's a TV show. It's a superhero thing. Like,
yeah.
Flash. Yeah, something like that. I haven't watched any of those. But
Well, I hadn't had TV in about 7 years now, so.
But I do not watch TV. I mean, every hour of your life, 20 minutes of that is commercial. You lose a third of your life. I watch stuff, direct. When I can pick and choose what I'm watching, like YouTube or HBO Go or any of those things. I'm fine with commercials. I just
Well,
can't
some
give
of the
up
shows, some of those shows I was watching, they didn't stay on for very long, so I got tired of that. And they started coming up with really stupid shows. 'Cause I'm not into reality stuff and all. I got
No,
enough. I got enough reality right here. I don't need any more.
Yeah, exactly.
There's enough reality TV on the news or in reality for me, so I can do without whoever wins the Cake Challenge this month. So, yeah, I watch some TV shows like Westworld from HBO. I watch that. I watch The Walking Dead, but I won't watch much TV. That's the only way I mean, by the time I come home at 8 o'clock at 9 o'clock at night, if I watch TV, that's all I do.
My wife and I have a 1 hour weekly TV date, and it's reality TV, but that's literally once in a while I'll sit down with my son and watch a football game, and that is just about it.
I hear people talk about the problem with TV in a plethora of ways, how it affects from IQ levels to success and achievement, you name it, and it affects motor railroading time, it affects all kinds of things like that. I don't think the problem is necessarily what you watch. Watch reality TV. Watch whatever you want to watch. I think it's about time. The difference you can see in successful people at various degrees, one of those things is reduced amount of time doing any one thing, especially, man, most people watch a lot of TV.
Well, we're kind of getting off of it, but if you got the chat up, Andy, see what Jerry had to say. I don't want to keep the subject going here.
Well, yeah, reality news, reality TV. Yes, it's. I mean, you don't think reality TV is quote unquote reality news? I mean, that's just as staged as wrestling ever was. Oh, hang on, I just made a lot of people mad. Hang on, my granddad would have struck me up right now when I tried to tell him wrestling wasn't real. So we'll stay clear of that one.
Yeah.
Andy, you're up to being fired twice in one night. Are you going for a record?
I think so.
So what you starting to cut up there, Jason?
We're gonna start cutting up a new base for a coal, or not a coal load, but just a load for a car. Yeah. This might just do a coal load. I don't know. It's one of them coal liners that my club has. So I'm just gonna make a load for it. Because I gotta go next week. I'm gonna be out running trains for the club.
Jerry said, I know, Andy, I'm feeling frisky tonight after having 2 stents put in him 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I had my stents put in back in 2009. I've got 2.
And you're still feeling frisky?
No. No, after the past few years and all, yeah, I'm feeling a little more wore out. I'm not looking forward to what I got to do next week. Let's go dig some post holes.
I got to do that next week too.
I did saw down some trees recently. That was actually quite a bit of fun, but I didn't have a lot of it to do. It's one of those things that ceases to be fun if you do very little of it at all.
Yeah. Well, my dad's house is in a gated community, and we just had a whole house generator put in with a LP tank. And one of their little rules is so the rich people don't have to look at the tank as they go up the mountain is you got to build a fence around it so they can't see it. I'm tempted to, once I get the fence built, just put a neon sign flashing up there. LP tank right here with an arrow pointing straight down.
How's this for track work? You're the stickler for track work, Andy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's awesome. We got the workers standing around.
Oh my gosh.
Is that, yeah, that's Andy's, isn't it?
It's not that dissimilar to Andy's arrangement at Sutos or whatever. But it's there's only 4 paths out of that, 4 2-track paths out of that. Andy's has 4 2-track paths and 4 8-track paths, 8 different directions out of that craziness he's built. It's great.
This is one of our intersections downtown here.
Yeah.
It's all streetcar
Cut it
track.
up, retrack it, but then pave back over it.
Yep.
Oh, so that's real track work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to tell these days, isn't it?
Some of the stuff people do is just you can get really, really good.
Well, that's the thing, your government maintenance crews can really do a good job of standing frozen anyway. Makes them look like figures on a layout.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, it's getting summertime for us, and as hard as Marty tried to get a real heated discussion going tonight, at least we kept it fairly cool.
Leave it to Marty, eh?
You're muted, Robert.
He even asked Ralph what he thought.
Yeah.
Which don't make much sense. We're normally pretty easy to get a good one out of, but
Yeah, everything's kind of slowing down because we are in the summer period. Everybody's getting out, messing around, doing yard work, doing other things they want to do. You got the kids at home trying to figure out how to keep them in the closets.
We lost Andy.
Huh?
We lost Andy and Ron.
Well, I guess now's a good time to shut the show down.
Oh, here they... Yeah, right, before they come back.
They're trying. Well, Andy made it. We got a guest coming in. No, there comes Jason.
It's Jason.
Yeah, he's having a harder time getting back. Oh.
Ralph, did you see Marty's last message in the chat?
No.
He says, "Okay, time to start driving again, so no text until I get home. Maybe Andy can ask Ralph about how he 3D prints backdrops with pan pastels."
Mr. Disturber.
Have you got anything else that you got to send down to Marty?
Me? No.
Yeah.
No, I've done his 2 locomotives and then...
No, Jerry, that's not the YouTube. That's a pier. A pier is a standalone that we use for streaming. Bringing people in on the panel. We do stream through YouTube, but when you see them disappear on the panel, that's their internet connections, which happens from time to time. Can y'all see Jason?
No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I can.
Huh?
Yeah, I can.
I can see him.
You see Jason, or you see him trying to come in with a spinning circle?
No, I see his table.
Well,
Yeah, I do too.
let me do a refresh. We'll be right back.
Who's interested? Washington just won the Stanley Cup.
Alrighty.
I'm sorry about that, Ralph. I know it's gotta be.
So am I. So am I. I wasn't really cheering for either one of them. Not 100% anyway.
Right.
I wanted Vegas to win and prove the odds makers wrong.
Huh.
Make them lose a bunch of money.
Alrighty, here we go again, Marty. I had to pull over and have at least one more shot. What is Andy's thoughts on using monopod stands against three-legged tripods to hold up the layout? Back to the road again.
My tripod mounting strategy is not very well thought. I will have to develop a debate in favor of it. Other than that, I'm mostly lazy. It just it's something though.
Well, you know, and the reality of it, I mean, using the tripods like that to hold stuff up just to see if you want to get the right height you want, it's really not too bad of an idea, as long as you got enough tripods to do it.
Yeah, I have a few.
Obviously, the question is, how many tripods do you have?
How many do I have? At least 7 or 8. I mean, certainly I got at least 7 or 8. I only got 4 or 5 of them in here, but I've still got there's at least a couple in my storage building out back. They're handy. I used to use them for all kinds of stuff. I had them set up with wireless antennas on them. So I could go set up. I was originally designing my wireless network. I'm doing wireless network all through the county. And I originally started designing this like 7 or 8 years ago. Had financial backers and everything, and it fell through. So, but I had designed it back then. You had to just do it by hand. So I had tripods, and I'd go all over town with these little tripods and antennas, these little battery banks, and set them up. Now I'm actually doing it. About 6 months ago, we started on that's why I've been away this past 3 or 4 months. I've been working a lot on that.
Well, we're coming up on hour 10, so I think we'll go ahead and bring this one to an end. We'll see next week how Jason came out on the new load.
No, you won't.
And by next week, Pat will be finished weathering this Sioux caboose.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see it when it get
I'll be
whenever.
out of town.
Looks like he cleaned it up again.
Or either that's the other side.
Yeah, I think he turned it over.
On my camera, it kind of matches the calendar, almost. The yellowish look.
Yeah, it's a extremely failed attempt. Definitely gonna have to get different supplies. I think I'm going oil base.
You'll like it much better.
But
you will definitely like it.
check out Ralph's what's it, Facebook page, Ralph, where you got the videos.
Yeah. Weathering a touch of yesterday. There's a few videos there. Or you can go into the YouTube Model Builders and follow my weathering series that started back in, was it October?
Yeah.
I definitely think I'm gonna have to check that out because I'm not happy at all with the results I'm getting. Like I did the dark to try and like at least make the lines a little bit better, but I don't know how well. I'm not too content with that at all.
So I heard Andy mention it before. Do you have a photograph of an original that you want to copy?
Yes, I do. I have through our pictures archives is where I get like most of mine because it seems to be pretty relevant to the fleet I have. Let me see if I can flip it up real quick. What
Yeah, Andy just threw up a weathered car.
You see that? That's Gary Christensen's work. Only guy that I can put Ralph and Gary, a couple of these other people with that, but Gary's got those. It's one of the best examples of that rust streaking effect that I know of.
That's what I'm after. Like I said, minus the graffiti because I don't put graffiti on my cars.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You definitely want to use oils for that.
And check this streaking out on that one here. I'll reshare that again. This Gary Christensen one. That oil streaking he's got, there's some better pictures of this same car. I just thought this was a particularly good example when I was looking at this a few minutes ago to show you. The results these guys... I don't know. There's no other way to get that effect, I don't suppose.
You can get it with gouaches.
Well, yeah,
gouaches are watercolor. But now, so my next question, Pat, is do you have a coat of dull coat on that thing?
No, there's no dull coat. Basically, I pulled it out of the box. It's actually in my sound car. I don't know if you guys can see the pickups. It does have a soundtracks decoder in it, which actually powers the red LEDs. But other than that, that's all she is. There's no dull coat. It was washed in dish detergent. I took the shell off, washed it in dish detergent to get it cleaned up because it was bought at me and my son went to an estate sale, and I think I paid like $1 a car, and I have probably
perfect
3 to 4 large moving boxes full of blue box cars.
Wow.
And all I do is I upgrade the couplers to KDs, and then I put metal wheel sets on them, and then run them at my club because my layout is, well, now officially torn down. So
here, Andy, this one to me is the best one that Gary Christian has done.
Well, I was looking through the website, trying to find one that had the really good streaking effect. A few minutes ago, got distracted. Gosh, it is spectacular.
And the locomotive that's behind it is that one.
Yeah, these locomotives are good. His freight cars are absolutely out of this world. Stellar, as good as anybody's I've seen anywhere. At least right up there with several of the others in that group that are that good, and right up there with you. But I think your locomotives about everybody beat, in my opinion. Everybody I've seen so far. That Uric guy, I think his name's Uric. He's in Poland or Austria. Yeah.
Wherever he is, he's part of this group.
Yeah.
This the weathering shop.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really weather. He does all the photography for them.
Yeah, but he does he had the models of, and that's why, because I've seen so many of his photos. He had the models of that little diorama he's got of some locomotives that were weathered on par with the work you've done. But there's only a few examples of people that are at that same on locomotives.
Those are done by Rodney. Oh, now I can't remember his last name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, though. I've seen his work.
Well, stay tuned next week to find out what Rodney's last name is.
There's a big group of those guys, though. I just know of Gary more because he's been on Trade Masters, done some videos and such. A little bit, not a lot.
Alrighty, well, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap this one up for tonight. And so you want to go to YouTubeMallBuilders.com. There you can check the schedule for all the shows. Don't forget, next week we're flip-flopping with the Fine Scale shows. So Tuesday night is going to be my show, Johnny Small Train Talk Show. And then Thursday of the same week will be the Fine Scale show. That way the guest that's been scheduled will be able to be on the show with no troubles. Also for the month of June, let's see what else we got here. We've got Joe's at the Locomotive Shop on the 20th. Then after this show, he'll be on vacation for a couple of months. So. And then June the 26th will be the second show of Who is Big Bill Talking To. And I'm sure there's a lot of people want to stay up on that because Bill's guest is a 3-rail O-scaler, and he's got another guest, one of our own, Chris Rude, is going to be on the show with him, and they're going to talk about the 3-rail O-scale. So that ought to be a good show. So y'all have a good weekend. And we shall see you next Tuesday night for Johnny Small Train Rail Talk. Hopefully I won't forget. Being out of sync on the schedule. But anyhow, y'all have a good weekend. And we shall see you later.